Bottom 20% of customers are not just unprofitable, they are parasitic piranhas, poisoning your profit pool, devouring huge portions of your earnings while you celebrate strategic significance. That's right, while you're playing politics with profit vampires, protecting pathetic partnerships that drain your resources. A staggering 88% of companies are literally paying customers to destroy their business. You heard that correctly, paying them to bankrupt you. You think you're customer centric? You're not. You're a corporate charity, and your shareholders did not sign up for financial philanthropy. I'm Todd Hagopian. This is the Stagnation Assassin Show. If you have customers who demand champagne service at beer prices, customers who negotiate you to death and then pay late, or customers who consume 80% of your resources while contributing only 5% of their profit, this podcast is for you. In this episode, you will discover the customer profitability audit that exposes these profit vampires, the strategic brutality framework that gives you the permission to fire them, and the revenue liberation protocol that will help you declare war on stagnation by transforming your customer portfolio from a charity case into a profit powerhouse. Picture this. Right now, in companies I've seen across every industry, CEOs are sitting in a boardroom defending strategic customers who haven't been profitable since Obama's first term. These profit vampires demand dedicated account teams, custom engineering, 90-day payment terms, and rock bottom prices. But you tell yourself fairy tales about future potential and market positioning. Here's the brutal bloodbath by the numbers. According to the data, companies implementing ruthless customer segmentation, the bottom 20% of companies don't just fail to contribute, they actively destroy a huge portion of your profits. That means for every dollar your companies create, your worst customers are torching almost two. One technology company I analyzed was hemorrhaging $14 million annually on their quote unquote strategic anchor account. A Fortune 500 company represented 12% of the revenue, but consumed 45% of the engineering resources, while demanding prices 30% below the market. The CEO's defense: we can't afford to lose them. Does that sound familiar? The truth: they couldn't afford to keep them. The customer centricity cult has created catastrophic confusion where leaders literally lack the language to discuss customer profitability. I've watched executives celebrate landing massive accounts that any fifth grader with a calculator could see would bankrupt them. They mistake motion for momentum, activity for achievement, and revenue for results. Here's another sickening statistic. In the study of mid-market manufacturing companies, 73% couldn't even calculate customer profitability because they'd never bothered to track the true cost of serving different accounts. They're flying blind into bankruptcy, bragging about their blue chip client while bleeding from 1,000 corporate customer cuts. The most dangerous delusion, the portfolio completion propaganda, that insists that you need to serve every customer segment to be considered a serious player. Bullshit. A global packaging company I encountered maintained relationships with over 3,000 customers, yet their analysis showed that 600 customers, just 20%, generated almost 300% of their profits. Yes, you read that right. The other 2,400 customers were collectively destroying twice the value that the profitable ones were creating. But they kept serving them all because that's what market leaders do, right? The pathological politeness around profit vampires has created corporate cultures where questioning a customer relationship, any customer relationship, is considered heresy. I've literally heard executives say things like, they've been with us 20 years. Translation, they've been sucking our blood for 2 decades. They're strategically important. Translation, I'm too scared to do the math. They'll grow with us. Translation, they'll continue growing their demands while shrinking their payments. Meanwhile, profitable customers, the ones who actually pay premium prices for the value you deliver, get ignored because the profit vampires are constantly creating manufacturing crises that consume all of your organization's oxygen. The result, a devastating downward spiral where good customers subsidize bad ones until the good customers get so fed up with deteriorating service that they find suppliers who aren't running a corporate charity. So what are we going to do? We're going to stop the bleeding. And here's your battle plan for this bloodbath. First, implement the customer profitability audit in the next 30 days. This is not complex. It's just math plus courage. Step 1, calculate the complete cost of serving every major customer, not just product costs. Include sales time, service calls, custom engineering, payment term impacts, and executive handholding. Companies I've worked with consistently discover that their best customers actually cost them 3 to 5 times more than they imagined. Step 2, segment ruthlessly into 4 tiers. Profit leaders, 20%, generating 150 to 300% of your total profits in almost every industry. Profit contributors, solid returns, but room for optimization. Profit neutrals, breaking even, potential for improvement. And profit vampires, actively destroying through value pricing terms or service intensity. Step 3, deploy the strategic brutality protocol. For your profit vampires, you have exactly 3 options. 1, raise prices by a minimum of 30%, not negotiable. 2, eliminate all special service and terms immediately. Or 3, fire them and let your competitors bleed out instead. One distribution company implemented this exact approach. They raised prices 40% on their bottom tier. The result, 35% of those customers accepted the increase and instantly became profitable. The other 65% left for competitors. Profitability overall jumped 22%, and the service resources were redirected towards the more valuable customers. Step 4, implement the revenue liberation protocol. This is where weak leaders fail. They can't imagine life without the bad revenue. But here's the revolutionary reframe. Every dollar of bad revenue that you eliminate creates space for $2 of good revenue. A manufacturing customer fired their largest customer, representing 18% of their revenue and 12% of their margin. Within 9 months, they'd replace that revenue with smaller customers at healthy margins, and profitability increased by $3.2 million annually. Step 5, create customer qualification criteria. Stop celebrating every closed deal like it's a victory. Implement strict profitability thresholds. Minimum gross margins by customer tier. Maximum service level agreements by profitability. Automatic price escalations for payment term violations. Quarterly profitability reviews with consequence protocols. The transformation will be immediate and irreversible. One industrial customer service company saw working capital improve by $8 million in just 90 days from enforcing payment terms with profit vampires. Employee satisfaction scores skyrocket as teams stop dealing with demanding unprofitable customers and start serving appreciative, profitable ones. Here's the counterintuitive profit principle. Your best customers want you to fire your worst customers. They want you and your best people to serve them and not waste their time on accounts that will never generate acceptable returns. When you eliminate profit service vampires, your quality improves for the profit leaders, creating a virtuous cycle of value creation. The mathematical reality is merciless. In every customer portfolio analysis that I've looked at, the bottom quartile of customers could disappear tomorrow and profit would immediately improve. Not eventually, not theoretically, immediately. The customer transformation is just the beginning. You'll find more complementary weapons in our war against mediocrity on my website. The Brutal Honesty Toolkit will show you how to have the conversations that terrify ordinary leaders, like telling a 20-year customer that they're fired if they don't accept new payment terms. No more feedback sandwiches where you sandwich bad news inside of two good news, just financial facts delivered with precision. The strategic imbalance system teaches you to concentrate resources on your vital 20% instead of spreading them like peanut butter across profit vampires. And when you combine customer rationalization with resource concentration, transformation accelerates exponentially. The delusional optimism framework helps you set targets that assume you're already eliminated bad customers, because audacious goals become achievable when you stop subsidizing failure. These tools work together because transformation is not incremental, it's systematic. Download the complete frameworks and join thousands of leaders who have stopped running customer charities. Here's your mission for the next 24 hours. Identify your single worst customer, the one who pays late, demands everything, contributes nothing. Calculate their true profitability, and then either raise prices 30% or fire them. Come back and comment. Tell us what happened. Tell me about the customer that you confronted and how they responded. Because here's the brutal truth. If you can't fire your worst customer, you don't run a business. You run an expensive hobby, and hobbies don't scale. Thank you. It's Todd Hagopian, Stagnation Assassin Show. We will be back next week with more valuable insights on business transformation.